Hello, Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. This is your monthly message for March 2021 and beyond, whenever the universe nudges you to watch. I do consider these readings timeless, so whether you watch at the upload time or sometime after, if you feel that intuitive nudge to watch, there indeed could be a message here for you. Nonetheless, these are general readings, so I can't possibly expect to connect with everybody watching. But what I always say is if this particular reading doesn't connect, you could always check out my other zodiac sign readings that are timeless, and or even some of my pick-a-cards. I have a bunch of pick-a-cards in my pick-a-card playlist you can explore. There might be another message for you there instead. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see what the main energy is for you for this monthly message, March 2021 and beyond, whenever the universe nudges you to watch. So Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. All right. Nice. So we have Eagle. You will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. Nice. All right. Oh, okay. That was quick. We have the Eight of Swords. All right, so Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What else do we have for you for this monthly message? All right, so we have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Sun. Look at that. And that's the clarity that the Eagle energy was talking about, right? So the Eagle is over here saying, look, you will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. Here's your clarity. The Sun provides clarity and enlightenment, so we are able to see our way and are not confused anymore, as oftentimes we are when the Moon card shows up, right? This is saying that any situation that you have been feeling stuck or stagnant or trapped in, right, with the Eight of Swords, that maybe you can't get out of your own head about. I'm feeling confusion from this. Because to me, this is kind of like the Sun. The Sun is like the antithesis of this and vice versa, right? This is an energy where you don't have clarity. You don't see a way out of your current situation. Sometimes you can feel stuck and trapped with the Eight of Swords. But the Sun is going to come in and provide clarity, where over here with the Eight of Swords, there is none. So basically, Libra, this is saying to hang in there, because if there's a situation that you're in right now and you don't see a way out of, or you don't have answers in, or you're feeling kind of stuck in your situation, things are shifting with the Wheel of Fortune, shifting and changing in a way that's going to bring this much needed clarity and higher perspective, because the Eagle is higher perspective. To me, this is kind of like, you know, spirit rises higher, you know, sees the bigger picture, where oftentimes we cannot. Oftentimes, you know, we're in the thick of a situation. We don't really see a solution or a possible outcome at this time. But spirit always has the higher, you know, perspective. And what this is saying is that, look, you know, we also, real quick, have the Sun up ahead, right? We have the Sun right there. And then you get the Sun card. So there is divine guidance, I feel, showing the way, or soon to light the way, or put a lamp under your feet, so that way you're not feeling like this and in the dark anymore. Clarity is coming. Your moment of enlightenment is coming with the Sun energy. We see that things are shifting and changing. I feel like you're shifting out of this. You're shifting out of this Eight of Swords energy with this wheel. The wheel energy is a transitionary card. There's several in the tarot. This is one of them. It indicates that something old is falling away. Something old is falling off that wheel in order to make room for something new to hop on. It's the in-between. There's a major shift and change with the Wheel of Fortune. Oftentimes we have to just go with the flow of it. We have to surrender to it. Not get ourselves in such a mental funk sometimes with the Eight of Swords, where we create resistance amidst the changes for ourselves unnecessarily. The wheel energy is shifting you out of this energy, though, and putting you on a path to your success, putting you on a path to achieve, putting you on a path to see where you're headed moving forward with the sun. The wheel, again, is a shift or a change in the energy where it's like you're being steered in another direction, one that's for your greater good, your highest destiny even. The wheel I often call it the wheel of change because we know that things are changing. We know that the energy is shifting, but oftentimes we don't know where it's going to take us and lead us. And we just really have to go with the flow of it. So this is saying to go with the flow of these changes, even if you don't always see with the Eight of Swords where they're taking you. But trust that they're taking you and putting you on the path to your greater good and success. You know, sun is high vibe energy. So whenever we get the sun card, you know, it's showing us a positive situation. So you're moving out of this to a positive situation. The wheel is helping you get there. The wheel is like the universe steering your ship to help get you there. It's the wheel of fortune. Fortune is a very positive word, by the way. Funny enough, you have the sun, right? You have the sun on the wheel. And you have the sun card. But look at all the things that the wheel can bring, right? It can bring us love. It can bring us a home. It can bring us wealth, healing, wishes, success with the sun. Maybe for some of you, an engagement ring, knowledge. So there's definitely something, it feels like something to be gained from this shift in energy. You're undergoing a major change and transition with this card. And there's something to be gained on the other side of where this wheel is taking you. And we see that here with the sun. That's why it's saying you will soar towards your destiny with greater clarity and strength. So hang in there. Allow the wheel to do what it needs to do to shift you where you need to be for your greater good. Because it's taking you out of this difficult situation over here where you maybe before didn't see a way out or didn't have a solution to. Sometimes the Eight of Swords can be us stuck in our own head. And we sometimes with the Eight of Swords need to step out of the box of our own thinking. Because sometimes with the Eight of Swords we feel restriction, limitation even. So if there's some difficult period with the Eight of Swords where you've been feeling limitation or restriction, that maybe prevented you from doing something you wanted to do or achieving something you wanted to achieve, or maybe it was your own mindset that was creating the resistance or the limitation. Those perceptions, right? Or those limitations are falling away is what this is telling me. That is the one thing that's falling off the wheel in this new cycle. And what's coming instead has to do with your success, your happiness, a positive time, a time where restrictions are lifted and limitations are no more. So you can expect that you're moving to a more positive phase or cycle where this energy over here is not going to be a factor anymore. That feeling of stuck, right? You're getting unstuck, basically, is what this is saying. And you're going to have clarity on where you're headed and where this is all taking you. Sometimes the Wheel of Fortune is one of those things where change comes in and it's like we're not always ready for it, but it comes in and shifts things for us in a way that sometimes puts us on the path to better, but we just have to let it happen. Sometimes it's change where you're minding your own business. But then it's like the universe had another plan or stepped in and said, you know what, let me take the wheel of your ship just for a tiny bit. Let me help you get there because you're stuck. You're floundering over here with the Eight of Swords, right? Let me help you steer that ship just a little bit because you're not seeing something for yourself with the Eight of Swords, or you're losing sight of where you should be going or what you should be doing, or you lost sight of your sense of direction. So it's like the universe is saying with the Wheel of Fortune, let me take the helm. Just for a little bit to help get you right on course. Because this is what I want for you. I want your success. I want you to be happy. I want you to have everything that you aspire to achieve and then some. So let's see if we can get 3 cards here. All right. Look at that. So self, time, and yes, voice. So again, the feeling of is that maybe, you know, your situation has put you in a position to really self-reflect and look at yourself and look at what you want and what your heart really wants. And oftentimes we can feel like there's restrictions or limitations towards the things that we want, right? But I also feel like with this card, you know, we take a really good look at ourselves and we have to honor our inner truth as well. So I don't know, this is giving me vibes of like something that you've been wanting or something that you've been wanting to do, but maybe you feel stuck in trying to achieve it, or some limitation in trying to achieve what your heart really wants. Maybe that's what's been bugging you with this Eight of Swords. That's a possibility for some of you. But it's also the energy of taking a good look at yourself, right? And maybe even with this energy, changing your mindset as well. Maybe that's something that you've been working on. It feels like you've been waiting over here, like something's been held up, right? And I'm saying that because of the Eight of Swords as well. Like restriction as far as the time frame of something, possibly. Timing could be an issue if it's something that you've had on your heart. But that limitation or the timing aspect is kind of feels like it's falling away, like that's not going to be an issue anymore. The restriction or limitation towards achieving a goal or something on your heart, that's not going to be an issue anymore. The times are turning, right? The tables are turning over here with these 2 cards. Time is shifting. And it's kind of feeling like it's just a matter of time. Soon you will see, like it says, soon you will see where you're headed or where you're going with clarity. And then this voice card talks about our inner voice, our inner knowing, our inner instincts, right? And how we follow them and we pursue them. This is also an energy of speaking your voice and being heard or following that inner calling. So some of you could be, you know, have been trying to follow that inner calling of your heart over here, but perhaps have felt some limitation toward it, right? Maybe it's a timing issue or whatnot, but nonetheless, this is saying that the limitations that you've been feeling towards that thing or whatever has been on your heart, that is lifting. And it's just a matter of time before you see that you are indeed headed on the right track. So continue to listen to your intuition or your inner voice towards, right? And despite any limitation you have felt, because your success is on the other side of this shift. So just know and trust that you're being led right and true. That's why I said the ego is higher perspective. And soon you're going to have higher perspective on where all this is going, where it's taking you, and for what purpose. So let's see if we can get final oracle cards here. Just a couple. And then we'll roll the dice for some angel numbers. So let's see. Okay. Whoa, abracadabra with wings. Fantastic good fortune and lucky chances. So again, that's like that feeling I got that the universe was like, you know what, let me take the wheel from you just for a little bit so I can help you get where you're meant to go. Right? It says you're going to soar towards your destiny. Maybe you've had a couple hiccups on the way towards destiny or your greatest purpose or your best life. Maybe you're on the map to find your best life or in search of your best life, right? But sometimes the universe needs to help us get there sometimes. And that's kind of what this is feeling like. Not only that, abracadabra itself, the meaning of it is I create what I speak. So also with the Eight of Swords, be careful of your mindset when it comes to the path that you're on. You want to make sure that you're, thinking good things, you're speaking good into the situation as well, because you don't want any negative mindsets or thoughts to create limitation and resistance toward it. But you are on the path, right, to fantastic good fortune and lucky breaks and chances. So it kind of feels like your breakthrough is coming. What? Okay, 555, that's major change and transformation as an angel number. And it says manifesting money and income. So success, abundance, prosperity is coming your way. Maybe you've been in a difficult, limiting situation at the moment. Maybe there has been restriction, maybe even quarantine and lockdowns, but maybe that quarantine and lockdown with the Eight of Swords has given you a chance to try to focus on yourself. That's a possibility. But it feels like all this limitation and restriction in whatever form it came is lifting from you, and you're going to be on the path to your success. And that could bring financial blessings, fortunate outcomes, lucky breaks, chances, and breakthroughs. Okay. So have confidence in the direction that Spirit is steering your ship, in other words, because it's leading you to better things. So let's roll the dice, for some angel numbers. If you're not familiar with my channel, I do roll the dice to get angel numbers. The angel numbers themselves might indeed confirm some things already said in this reading and or provide additional messages that you need on your journey for you and you alone. I always recommend that you do the research, that you research your own numbers, find a source that you trust and that you resonate with. I don't want to recommend a source because it could be one that you don't connect with, and at that point might lose the magic for you. I also don't recommend a source because I like you to do your own research and find your own magic per se. The journey to researching the number interpretation might show you something else on the way that Spirit needed you to encounter or find. And if I gave you a shortcut, I would literally rob you of that experience. So that's why I don't give you a shortcut to find the number. So let's see what number shows up for you to help support this reading. All right, so we have 10. It looks like a 5, but it's not. It's actually a 10. That is a 2 and a 4, which makes a 6. So we have 10, 6, 69. So 1069 is your angel number pile. Did I say pile? Ha! Libra. I do angel numbers for the pick of cards too. So anyway, I'm blaming that on Mercury retrograde. I swear I've had so many brain farts lately. It's ridiculous. And yes, I did have coffee, but sometimes that's just not enough. Anyhow, so 1069 is your angel number, Libra. All you have to do is research that number and see what it says for you. If you feel that this reading has connected or helped for you in any way, by all means, please do let me know in the comment section down below. Like, share, subscribe as well. Click the bell for notification for future content. I do upload pretty often, and every interaction does help this channel grow. And if you ever want to book a personal reading with me, all you have to do is check me out on Etsy. All my information is in the description box down below. Pay me a visit, see what readings are available, and you can book a reading whenever you feel guided to. So with all of that, Libra, I'm going to leave you here, sending you much love wherever you are. Take care and keep shining.